Hello everyone, my name is Clentus and welcome to my YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So Colonel Steyn continues to drop some bombshells in the North Gauteng High Court in the Senzo Meyiwa murder retrial. If you remember, Colonel Steyn did testify in court yesterday that there was communication between Kelly Khumalo and accused number 5, according to the cell phone records that he was analyzing. As a matter of fact, guys, I made a mistake yesterday. I thought that Colonel Steyn was one of the forensics that had attended the crime scene at Foslaura's Khumalo household. Well, in fact, he is a cell phone analyst or data analyst, and his job is to analyze cell phone data about, of course, what we are at right now, the death of Senzo Meyiwa on that particular day of the 26th of October 2014. So we knew that he did retrieve some information according to what he testified in court, but he did not get into detail about what other information did he find in the cell phones up until today, when he continued to testify and dropped more bombshells. So I would say that the third bombshell that Colonel Steyn dropped today in the North Gauteng High Court is the fact that there is a link between the accused that are in the dock, meaning accused number 5 knows some of the accused that are there in the Pretoria High Court. Colonel Steyn testified that after the death of Senzo Meyiwa, accused number 5 did communicate with 3 of these co-accused in the dock. Not only did they communicate after the death of Senzo Meyiwa on the 26th of October, but even prior to the death of Senzo Meyiwa. So we found out, according to Steyn's testimony, that accused number 5 communicated with accused number 1, accused number 2, and accused number 3. By the way, these accused people that I'm talking about, they are already in the dock in the North Gauteng High Court. Those are the accused that I'm talking about. This is after accused number 5 was arrested and they got his cell phone for analysis. Then the fourth bombshell was about Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone. If you remember, Zandile Khumalo mentioned in a testimony that when the police went and looked for forensics in the house, they had found Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone under the stove. Now tell me why Colonel Steyn is saying that actually when he was analyzing Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone, he traced it back to the hospital where Senzo Meyiwa had passed on, basically where the Khumalos took Senzo Meyiwa to, and he was pronounced dead at around 10 p.m., 2 hours after he had died, because the estimation time of his death was around 8 p.m. So just as I thought he was done with Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone, no. Steyn went and dropped yet another bombshell regarding Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone number having a SIM swap. Now, the question was, why was Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone number was having a SIM swap? This is after his death. Colonel Steyn said that after the SIM swap was done, then the number was then inserted in a new device which belonged to a David Mathebula. So Colonel Steyn introduces a new character by the name of David Mathebula. And the question now is, who is David Mathebula? According to Colonel Steyn, he is a soccer player himself. So if you know who David Mathebula is, guys, please comment down in the comment section. I did try to find him on the internet, and I came across a number of David Mathebulas who were also playing soccer. So I'm not quite sure which one I was supposed to look at. If you know who this person is, I'm very interested to know. So Colonel Steyn then continued to say that there were 8 phone calls that were between Kelly Khumalo and David Mathebula. This was the day after Senzo Meyiwa was shot. There was communication of 8 calls between Kelly Khumalo and David Mathebula. Again, please guys, who's this guy? So the question that I was asking while he was busy testifying is that, okay, you said you had retrieved some information. I had thought that when you retrieve information, especially cell phone information, it will kind of like say what the conversation was about, like some kind of recordings or something. Well, it turns out no. All that the cell phone analysis show is that there was communication from one number to the next. What the conversation was about, well, nobody can tell. And who called who, Well, you can't tell, but you can tell the cell phone numbers that communicated with each other. You can tell the time and the date as well. But what the conversation was about, no one can say. So then in my mind, I'm thinking, how useful is this information? Because I could say whatever I want, but I'm going to get to that a little later in the video. Like, what would I be thinking? Because to me, Kelly Khumalo can say whatever she wants to say about the phone call between her and accused number 5, between her and Mathebula, between her and accused number 1. Anything they can say. And how can you dispute what the conversation was about when you can't prove it? The only thing that you can prove is that there were phone calls that were communicating, which belonged to Kelly Khumalo, accused number 1, accused number 5, and David Mathebula. That's all that you can tell. But what is the content of those phone calls is what I want to know. So Colonel Steyn then continued to testify, and then this time he was focusing on the photographs that were found in the phone of accused number 3. And he said that the accused number 3 had taken photos of himself, or at least what looked like he took photos of himself the day before Senzo Meyiwa was killed, and he had dreads or dreadlocks. So, of course, I kind of like picked up on the strategy on that one. This is the state redirecting any doubt that was produced by Zandile Khumalo, Nthabiseng Mokete, or Kaya Ngache when they testified in court regarding the day, how everything unfolded. So he was redirecting that doubt back to accused number 1 to accused number 5. By talking about the fact that there were phone calls or communication between Kelly Khumalo and the people that are accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa. So that strategy, I'm not quite sure if it will make any kind of changes to the damages that Zandile Khumalo as well as Nthabiseng Mokete had already caused in the state's case. Of course, the redirection was also back to the fact that there were intruders that entered the Khumalo household on the 26th of October 2014, where Senzo Meyiwa was shot and killed. So, okay, it's not a fact yet, but he was redirecting the court to the testimony of Zandile Khumalo saying that one of the intruders had dreadlocks. And now we see a photograph of accused number 3, whom Steyn says that he had dreadlocks the day before Senzo Meyiwa was killed, when accused number 3 was taking photos, or at least what looked like he took photos of himself on his cell phone that the police had confiscated. Again, what does this prove? Because to me, it does not prove anything necessarily. I think the state here is definitely grasping at straws, trying its level best to ensure that it justifies why it's not going to call Kelly Khumalo on the stand, and also is doing its best to try and smear the death of Senzo Meyiwa on the 5 people that stand accused of his death. I forgot to mention that Kelly Khumalo and accused number 1 had a conversation or some kind of communication on the 26th of October 2014. This is the day Senzo Meyiwa was killed. So we're not quite sure again what the conversation was about. I didn't understand the point of coming with this information if you do not have the content of the conversation. Now, I want to ask you as the viewers of this channel, what are your thoughts or feelings about accused number 1 to accused number 5? Now that you've heard this information coming from Colonel Steyn, who is witness number 4, is it credible? Is it convincing to you that they have the right people in the dock, or they still have the wrong people in the dock? To me, all of this information, as much as it is shocking, and as much as I think Kelly Khumalo should be worried, I don't think it's anything that can hold water when it comes to cross-examination, because Steyn, I think, is going to have a difficult time trying to explain his cell phone records to the defense team, because the question will be, how do you know the conversation was about the death or the killing or conspiracy to kill Senzo Meyiwa? Yes, we know that one of them, especially accused number 5, is a convicted hitman who is a killer and serving 6 life terms in prison. But now, when you try, of course, it is very interesting to understand what is the relationship between accused number 5 and Kelly Khumalo. That I'm very much interested in. And the only way we can get the truth out of these so-called cell phone records is if accused number 5 or Kelly Khumalo takes the stand and then tell us what are they to each other. Accused number 5, by the way, he has nothing to lose anyways. He's serving 5 or 6 life term in prison. So it's highly likely that he'll tell the truth. It's highly likely that he's going to give us what we want to hear. Because why would he want to defend anybody when he knows that basically the walls of the prison are going to fall on him? Did I just directly translate this Zulu into English? But anyways, he's going to rot in prison, so he has absolutely nothing to lose. I think we need to wait for accused number 5's testimony about these revelations regarding him and Kelly Khumalo being in communication prior and after the death of Senzo Meyiwa. Question 2. How do you feel about the safety of these people that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa after these revelations in court today and yesterday? Do you think if there was an elaborate plan to kill Senzo Meyiwa, those people that are responsible or the conspiracy to kill Senzo Meyiwa architectures are thinking it's safe to keep these men alive? Because I don't think they should be taken to the prison or to the jail they are being held at. I think they need to be taken to a different one where they are going to be protected, because if indeed there's a syndicate out there that wanted Senzo Meyiwa killed, maybe for whatever reason, I even heard some people say there was match fixing and all those sort of things. Okay, with me, I did not believe that at all, but the conspiracy can be believed or can be plausible. So I was like, you know what, that conspiracy, I don't think it's I can accept it, but it is plausible. So if, let's say, if there is something like that, how safe are these accused, considering the fact that Colonel Steyn has revealed who they are to Kelly Khumalo, who they are to each other, and of course some kind of doubt must have also been created about the 5 people that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa, because a lot of people that I also saw, they were like, oh my goodness, we've been played here. All this time we're thinking the 5 men that stand accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa are innocent, but now here are the phone records that are saying no, they know each other, and they also know Kelly Khumalo, and Kelly Khumalo knows some of them, and so we've been played. So I don't want to take that route just yet until these people, including Kelly Khumalo, has taken the stand and revealed the truth about their relationship. Once again, guys, I'm just rubbing my 2 IQs here. All of this that I'm saying is just something that I sat down and I started thinking by myself. I'm like, no, man. This testimony by Colonel Steyn, to me, it's just useless. Useless information that we can't use at all. Maybe I could be wrong, but to me, I don't know what the state was trying to do here. Because some people even thought that Colonel Steyn turned on the state. And then in my mind, I'm like, no, he did not turn on the state. The state is trying to create doubt on the 5 accused that they are not innocent. The nation must know that these people are not innocent. Listen to these phone records. But what is the content of the phone records? That is what I want to know. Because let me tell you something. What this is going to create is speculation. Speculation about Kelly Khumalo and accused number 5. Speculation about the hairstyle of accused number 3. Speculation about the relationship that accused number 5 has with accused number 1, number 2, and number 3. Speculation, it's just speculation. This cell phone records is going to spark out of everybody, because already a lot of us are speculating. We don't know the facts. We don't know what exactly was being discussed. For all we know, they've been friends or even cousins or even some kind of relatives. We have no idea. You must also remember that this world is quite small too. The other thing as well that is frustrating me is that this phone records does not reveal who pulled the trigger that killed Senzo Meyiwa. I want to know who killed Senzo Meyiwa. And I'm still going back to the Khumalo house with 6 people that were with Senzo Meyiwa, who was the 7th person. One of them pulled the trigger. I am not moved or shaken by this conviction that I have in my heart, because I think they are lying. And we already had Zandile Kumalo on the stand, and we also had Nthabiseng Mokete on the stand, and both were contradicting each other. And there is no way that none of them know who's the person that pulled the trigger. Is it one of the 5 people? No, I don't think so, until I am told and given evidence that one or all 5 of them are conspiracy, core accomplices that were in that killed Senzo Meyiwa, or plot to kill Senzo Meyiwa. Until those cell phone records give me some kind of tangible substance, then of course I may be persuaded into doubting the people that are accused of killing Senzo Meyiwa. Who are the 5 accused that are there in the North Gauteng High Court docs? So same thing with Senzo Meyiwa's cell phone, with the data that was found in there. Speculation. It will reveal, to us, it reveals nothing, but we will just be speculating. I even saw some people saying, hey, the way Senzo Meyiwa was such a cheater, you will find that his cell phone was just jam-packed with women. So we don't know that. We don't know until the content of these records show us what was the discussion, what were the SMSs and the WhatsApps and the voice calls that we can hold on to and say, oh my goodness, but there's nothing. So now I kind of understand why Kelly Khumalo is not exactly worried, even though she should be worried, why she did not hand herself over after Colonel Steyn had revealed what he revealed yesterday, shocking the nation. But you just have to calm down a little bit and start asking pertinent questions about these cell phone records. Like, what exactly are they revealing? What did they reveal to you? I'm very interested to know. Maybe I'm the one who's just not smart enough to see what these phone records have revealed. So if we really want to know the truth, I think the state will have to reconsider and call Kelly Khumalo to testify now that these records have been revealed. She needs to tell us, take us into her confidence as to what was her relationship, or what is her relationship with accused number 1 and accused number 5. So as a defense, I am sure they are salivating, because they are going to have a field day with Colonel Steyn on Monday, or whenever he's going to be cross-examined, because the cross-examination is what I'm waiting for. And I cannot wait to hear what Advocate Khumalo has in mind, because I think, and if I was looking at him attentively, he seemed to be like, he had this smirk on his face, thinking, you and I on Monday, you better come up with solid evidence. So the court did adjourn until Monday, when I think Steyn is going to continue to testify, or there's going to be a new witness number 5, or there's going to be cross-examination. I think there's going to be cross-examination of Colonel Steyn before witness number 5 takes the stand. I know that the state said they are going to check if the witnesses that are supposed to come will be available this coming week. So hopefully they will be available, because we want to know the truth. The Meyiwas need a peace of mind. So before I close this video, I just want to make this announcement that tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to go live, and I'm going to try my level best to also invite people on live so that we can have a discussion of some sort. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. I'm going to be playing around with StreamYard so I can see how I can invite people with a link, and then we have some sort of a discussion. So do not miss out on that. If I failed to figure it out, then it's just going to be me talking to you and you talking to me via the live chat. That is as far as I think I can do. I think I'm also going to go live again on Sunday. So in anticipation of the new week, again, if I had figured the whole thing out, we are going to have a real-time conversation and enjoy ourselves, because I think Saturday and Sundays I'm now going to go live unless there's something that comes up. I will then apologize in advance, if I remember to apologize in advance, because sometimes I even forget to apologize. Then I will let you know if we are going to go live or not. But definitely tomorrow, which is Saturday, we are going to go live, and I'm going to try my best to get all of you involved in the live chat. So other than that, guys, if you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyways, do subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a new video. My super thanks are turned on, and thank you so much to everybody that is super thanking me. I highly appreciate it. Do share this video far and wide. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of Colonel Stein's testimony. Are you convinced that the state may have gotten away with putting its case back together, or more holes were bored by Colonel Stein? So share this video far and wide, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time with a new video. Actually, when we go live tomorrow. Goodbye.